Hi, I'm Wayne Spalding, President of the Gnoo Blas Classic Car Club here in the city of Orange in New South Wales. Our club is approaching 500 members. We had a wonderful year in 2025. Why don't we go for a drive around the Gnoo Blas racing circuit that was the first race ever for the Touring Car Championship in Australia, and I'll tell you about the year and what's happening in 2026. We're just coming up to the start-finish line, so I think this is on Huntley Road. How good was this track? It raced from 1953 till 1961. It holds some of the Australian records, like it was the first ever race for the Australian Touring Car Championship in 1960. It was Sir Jack Brabham's first ever road race. They held the South Pacific titles here, all in Orange, New South Wales. I know Bathurst got a lot of the fame, but Orange really kicked off that, especially too with the 1960 first race for the Touring Car Championship, because that morphed into the V8 supercars. The circuit's something like about 5.6 kilometres long, and it surrounds our new Orange Hospital, but also to Bloomfield Hospital, which used to be a mental hospital back in the day. This is the first corner off the start-finish line, so I think to off the start line. So this was the first corner here, and it's known as Mrs. Mutton's Corner. Apparently, Mrs. Mutton had a little old cottage back in them trees there. The track's something like 5.6 kilometres long, and that's about the same length as what Bathurst Mount Panorama is. Would have been a lot of fun back in the day. But they had all sorts of cars too. The first ever race for the Touring Car Championship in 1960, that was won by 3 Jags. They come first, second and third. David Mackay was the winner of that, and he was the first ever winner for the Australian Touring Car Championship. We're coming up now to this next right-hand corner. Goes on to what they called Mental Straight, and the reason they called it Mental Straight because it went past our Bloomfield Hospital, which was a mental hospital. But that's straight. It's something like, I think it's probably 2 kilometres long. So imagine just winding up your cars there, but then you've got a 90-degree bend right at the end of it where Windsock Corner is. Imagine trying to go that fast and then pull her up and then to take the corner. So this is Mental Straight now. That bridge over there just on the right hand side, that was where they just cut the road into there, but that was original in the racetrack, that bridge, but it went straight onto this road and straight down this straight. On the right hand side, we're coming up to Bloomfield Hospital. As I was saying, it was a mental hospital in Orange. It was one of our biggest employers, and I think there was something like there was a few thousand like patients or residents at Bloomfield Hospital back in the day. It was another major employer of Orange. Just up here, that's our new Orange-based hospital. The Orange-based hospital used to be in Prince Street in Orange, and they've moved it to here. They built that a number of years ago. On the left-hand side is another hospital and the Remington Hotel. And I'd like to thank the Remington too. They've been a major sponsor of the Gnoo Blas Car Club, and with their help, it's been really good. They've had a couple of twilight events during the year in 2025, and they've been really successful. So I'm looking forward to 2026. We're doing another couple of those. We're still on Mental Straight, so imagine Jack Brabham coming down here flat out. And they had all sorts of cars. There was open wheelers, and there was like FJ Holdens, and just the average family cars, I think, but it would have been spectacular. Now this here, that's our new sporting complex. Right next door to that, that's just getting built. That's still probably another 12, 18 months away. And we're coming up to Sir Jack Brabham Park. So this is where the Gnoo Blas Classic is going to be held on the 7th of February. I reckon too, in the next couple of years, we'll have over 1,000 entries on that. But last year, we filled it up with 850 entries. They come from all over New South Wales, and we had visitors from all over Australia for it. And this right here, this is Windsock Corner. The reason it's called Windsock Corner, there's a windsock there right on the corner, but before we had Orange Airport built out at Spring Hill, this used to be Orange's aerodrome. So they used to land planes here, but it would have been tiger moths and all that sort of thing back in the 40s and the 50s. So probably one of the highlights of 2025 is we did a presentation to Orange City Council at a council meeting, and we asked them, how would we go about building a museum right here at Sir Jack Babin Park, right here at Windsock Corner? And we got the support of Orange City Council, and that took us to Phil Donato, our local member for Orange, and then we ended up going down to Sydney to Parliament House, and we had a meeting with the Minister Kempy, who's the Minister for Lands and also Sport and Recreation. He gave us a really good indication that yes, it is possible. So hopefully we're going to build a museum here right in the middle of Sir Jack Babin Park, or just right here at this spot. And our plan is in 4 years' time. So imagine that, how wonderful that'd be, a museum, all to pay dedication to the Gnoo Blas racing circuit, all the history of the motorsport. And you know, as we were saying, it run from 1953 to 1961. That's a fan. But how good would it be to have a museum right here in Sir Jack Babin Park, right in the middle of the Gnoo Blas racing circuit, all to pay dedication to the Gnoo Blas racing circuit that happened from 1953 till 1961. Now let's kick off 2026 with the Gnoo Blas Classic. So that happens on the 6th, 7th and 8th of February. It's going to be right here at Sir Jack Babin Park. It's really easy to find. That new road there is called Jack Babin Way, and that's Forest Road. And if you go out the road there, that's the Orange Base Hospital. So we're really easy to find. As we were saying, last year we got 850 entries. I reckon this year we're going to get even more. So what we do, we fill this up with over cars, trucks, bikes, anything on wheels. It's going to be spectacular. So on the Friday, the 6th of February, we're doing a street parade at 4 p.m. That starts at the Orange Function Centre at 4 o'clock. We'll have a couple of hundred cars going up the main street of Orange and out to Phillip Shaw Winery just for a meet and greet. The Saturday's the main day, as I was saying, the Gnoo Blas Classic right here at Sir Jack Babin Park. On the Saturday night, we've got our special guest, Warren Brown. Now, for those people that don't know Warren Brown, he's a motoring journalist. He's been on Australian Top Gear. He's a cartoonist with the Daily Telegraph. He's a fantastic guy. He's going to bring a car, a 1925 car called the Bean, that he's just drove back from London, back all the way to Melbourne. He's a fantastic guy. People are going to love him. So he's got some really interesting stories to tell. So make sure you come to this event, the Gnoo Blas Classic on the 7th of February, right here at Sir Jack Babin Park. On the Sunday, we do a meet and greet and also a cars and coffee out at Lake Gnoo Blas, which is a spectacular event too. Like, that's a spectacular place to go and see. Lake Gnoo Blas on the Sunday, and then we come back to Waratahs for lunch, and then it's all over with. But it's a 3-day event, so it's Friday, the 6th of February, Saturday, the 7th of February is the main day, the car show. Sunday is a scenic drive around to Lake Gnoo Blas and back to Waratahs for lunch, and it's all over with for another year. But let's make this year's Gnoo Blas Classic one of the biggest and best ever.